Alright guys, in this video we're going to go over how to create a webinar funnel inside of GoHighLevel. Now of course this is going to be an evergreen webinar, meaning it's going to be pre-recorded, something people can opt into and watch at any time. HighLevel does not have a live webinar feature, but let's jump right in here. So first thing we're going to do is go into our Sites tab, and we're just going to create a new funnel here. So we'll do test webinar funnel. We'll go ahead and create that. And guys, webinar funnels are extremely simple and easy to build out, even if you have no experience. A lot of people overcomplicate this stuff. It's very simple. So first thing I always do is head over to my settings, make sure I connect my domain. This is a snapshot account, so there's no domain connected here, but just get your domain connected, put your favicon in, and put any tracking pixels here. If you are going to be running a webinar, I highly suggest using your tracking pixels, setting up custom events, connecting to the API. That way you can start tracking those levels of data. But all that being said, let's jump back here into our webinar funnel. And what I like to do next after I've taken care of my settings is just to create my steps. So my first one is going to be my opt-in page. Now in this use case, this will be in a webinar that people have to opt into. It's going to be a lead magnet, so we're going to get their email in exchange for them getting the value in our webinar. You could do this without opt-ins if you wanted to, but in this case, because 9 out of 10 times you're doing an opt-in, so that's what we're going to go with here. Then we'll create our next step, and this is going to be our watch room. And these are the only steps that you really need. You could get a lot more complex with this, like having some type of offer page, your checkout pages, your OTO pages, etc. But we're going simple here. All we need is an opt-in page and a watch room page. Before we mess around with our funnel, what we want to do next is go to our forms and just go into our form builder, and we're going to build our opt-in form. So we're going to go here and do add form, and we're going to start from scratch. We'll go ahead and click create. And forms are super simple, guys. All we need to do is gather a little bit of information. So we're going to name this test webinar form. And I'm going to go ahead and just delete this stuff here. And all I'm going to ask for is first name and email. General rule of thumb here, guys, the more information you ask for, the lower your opt-in rate will be. However, it can mean that you will get higher quality opt-ins. So I always start off just asking for name, first name, and email, the bare minimum, make them both required. And if I'm getting good opt-in rates, then I can test to see how my conversion rate changes if I add in something like phone number or any other additional info. But go ahead, add in whatever fields you need, customize your button. So we'll just do like watch now, change your button colors, whatever you want to do here to your form, make it nice and custom. This is just an example, so we're just going to go ahead and save this. Now that we have our test webinar form, what we're going to do is head back to our funnel by going to our funnels tab here. We're going to find our funnel. Here it is right here. And for our opt-in page, we'll just go ahead and click create from blank. Now we're going to do this bare minimum, super simple. All you really need to do is put in your first section, and then in that section put a 1-column row. Here you're going to put a headline that's going to talk about what is inside the webinar. And then here you're going to put your form. So we're just going to search form, and we're going to do that test webinar form. And here it is right here. And once we have that, we're going to use our action step will be go to next step, because we want it to go to that watch room. Go ahead and click save. You could have a webinar funnel as simple as this, right? This is how easy it is. Just create a headline, create an opt-in page, and then on your next watch room page, you're going to go ahead again, just grab a section, grab a 1-column row, and put in a video, do a hosted video, and then just upload your video and your thumbnail. And of course, if you wanted to have a call to action here to book a call, to purchase something, you could put in a button and link this to either another step or any page. It's really that simple to create a webinar funnel. All it is an opt-in page with a custom form. And then when that form is submitted, they go to that watch room. Well, why do we do a custom form? Because when we go into our automation that we want to link to this webinar, so let's go ahead and do create a new workflow. We'll start it from scratch, and we'll name it test webinar workflow. Because what we're going to do here is set our trigger to be when a form is submitted, and we're going to do form is, and we're going to do our test webinar form that we just created. And now what we can do is add tags, so we can add specific tags that are in relation to that webinar for that lead, whatever it is that we want to tag. I always do a lead master tag, I always do interest tags, and I do lead magnet specific tags. I'm sure I have a video some here on the channel on my tagging systems. So we'd put in our tags here, so like a lead master, and then a lead, if I can type, lead webinar test, right? I'm not going to add this because I don't want to have that tag floating around, but we'd add our tags, and then anything else we'd want to do here we can add in, like if we want to send an email. So we could shoot them over an email with a replay. You could even instead do like, let's see here, your webinar is 30 minutes long, so you could wait 35 minutes, and then 5 minutes after they should have finished the email, the webinar, they'll get an automated email. So everything here, right, we can do post opt-in, whatever we want to happen, however we want to tag them, if you want to text them, email them, whatever it is, we're all going to do that, but that's why we have that custom form, because that's how it's going to be triggered. So that's as simple as it really is, guys. Obviously, a stupid, simple, boilerplate webinar funnel like that probably won't convert super well, but if you head down to the link in the description for totally free, you can grab all of my lead generation fill-in-the-blank funnel templates you can just install into your GoHighLevel in a snapshot. And I have a free training/workshop funnel in there that have a beginner, intermediate, and advanced versions. So you can actually just come in here. This is a format that I know converts well because it's the exact one we've used to generate multiple 7 figures through webinars. And you can just insert your mockup here, fill in your blanks here, fill in your blanks here, put your logo here, change your colors, whatever it is, but at least you know that you have a template to work off of. And again, you can grab that free in the link in the description. But that's it, guys. That's as simple as it is to create a webinar funnel here in HighLevel. A lot of people overcomplicate it. It's truly one of the simplest funnels you can build. If you have any questions, put them down in the description below. Link in the description to get the template, as well as a whole bunch of other free resources. I'll see you next time. Peace.